All right, so the Falcons, is the first team, to have 100% vaccination.
Did everybody survive?
At least they win in something.
Stupid. Oh, stop.
What you say? Did everybody survive? At least they win in something.
That's not nice.
Yeah,
I'm just
nicer
saying,
than
man.
that.
I'm from Florida, so
You're rude.
I'm with the Falcons, kinda, sort of, because my kids are born here. But 100% vaccination. Now I wonder, like, if it's like, the janitors and everybody,
is it the
like,
staff?
The
It's
staff.
gotta be everybody that's around each other.
just the team and the coaches.
The team.
Yeah.
The training dude calling all over everybody.
The dude that's holding the headphone cord, he ain't vaccinated.
Right.
But he's 6 feet.
I'm just saying, like,
Right there on the coach back, right there.
how do you? So every time you add a person, like, how can they really? I mean, I'm sure they went through the process, but I'm saying there's so many people in and out.
I mean, what about the cheerleaders? Them too? Like, okay, they be cheering, they gonna be screaming right there on the sideline.
So we got a lot of people in the studio. For those who are listening, just audio and can't see, it's like the studio is packed today.
Yeah.
And we got Matt. We're gonna
All the
have
Atlanta
Matt.
Falcons.
We got the Atlanta Falcons.
The Falcons showed up.
The whole seventh string.
Yeah.
So we got Matt Nichols in here. So Matt, before you introduce yourself, I just want to know, what do you think about this vaccination for the team? Do you think that every team should require every player, every staff, all of that to be vaccinated throughout the NFL, or just it should be their choice?
Me personally, I don't really like mandates. So I think that
You don't like mandates?
No, I don't like. I'm not a real big rule.
You buck against the system?
No, not necessarily. I just
not necessarily.
Yeah,
I just
don't
don't do what they say.
I hate what they say.
I don't really buck the system. I just do what I want.
Right. But what had happened was I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, if you tell me something to do, I probably don't want to do it. So I kind of want to make my own choices. But it'd probably be real hard to play football with a mask on. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't finna.
Yeah.
And I'm
I already
big.
got a helmet on.
I'm a little heavy. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. It would be hard to run
I just think
with an
it's
N95 mask.
I just think it's so backwards. Like, football is a contact sport.
Right.
Like, you are bleeding on each other.
Literally.
Right.
But I gotta wear a mask.
Right.
So I mean, it's like it's almost like I saw this dumb junk where somebody online. The girl was in a strip club.
Right.
She was naked. But she had a mask on. it doesn't make any
With
sense.
safety.
It don't make sense.
Keeping it safe.
Shut up.
Safe.
But I'm just
I
saying.
have so many jokes.
Help us.
It just don't
Like
like it's backwards to me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
football is a contact sport.
She caught
Right.
over in the ear.
There was no mask for extra pair of panties.
Right.
Slid that bug over her head.
So we.
With a chin strap.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So today.
mouthpiece.
Wait. Let me ask. I want to ask Matt one thing. I know you're bucking against the system.
Uh-oh.
You don't like mandates.
But like a setup.
No. I
Definitely.
want to get your opinion because we talked about this before. Like the kids having to do the booster shots and all of that, and they're trying to compare it to say, it's the same thing. So
Right.
what's the problem? Get the vaccination, get the tetanus shot, get whatever it is. If you go to Africa, get your yellow fever shot. So do you feel like it's the same thing?
Well, I feel that right now, for me personally, I work in the healthcare space. That's where I came from. I started my life off as a surgical tech. So I was in the medical space when H1N1 was around.
Right.
All right, so with H1N1, it was a very similar virus, and every virus mutates. So if you think about the flu, if you have to get a flu shot every year, like I go in the hospital, so I have to have vaccination. So I'm not like anti-vax. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is COVID's so new, there's not enough data for me. I mean, I've got health problems.
Right.
Now I've got what they would call a comorbidity. I've got asthma, I got this, I got that. So for me, I'm not going to run into the doctor's office and get something that's still under the cloak of a quote-unquote clinical trial. You probably get people on the internet like, oh, Matt, get them off the podcast. But like,
Nah, you good, bro. Here.
The Tuskegee experiment was also a trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying it's that deep, but I'm just saying like
It's
that deep.
to see what happens.
it's a clinical trial.
Right.
You sign paperwork to where you give up liability to where, or you don't give up liability, but you cannot hold them liable. So what if something happens to you?
Approved by
Right.
the,
Now, I've got friends that are nurses and work in the healthcare space, and they agree with it. And I'm for it if you agree with it. I'm for it if you don't agree with it. I just don't feel like an entity should be able to tell you, Jasmine, for you to come in today, get this, or take your papers and walk.